Hey everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David. I've been searching the interzones for more science, space and tech news to share with you. I came across this. It's Science Alert. Yes, it's official. Scientists confirmed what's inside the moon. Your personal life is no concern of mine. Right. Well, the verdict is in. The moon is not made of green cheese after all. A thorough investigation published in May 2023 found that the inner core of the moon is in fact a solid ball with a density similar to that of iron. This researchers hope will help settle a long debate about whether the moon's inner heart is solid or molten, and it led to a more accurate understanding of the moon's history and by extension that of the solar system. Now, as usual, I'll leave the links to the main article below the video so you can pop in and you can check out those embedded links. Go for a bit of a deeper dive if you want beyond the main article. Makes for an interesting read, believe me. Our results, wrote team led by...
Bitch, use your words!
A team led by astronomer Arthur Briord of the French National Centre for Scientific Research in France, questioned the evolution of the moon magnetic field thanks to its demonstration of the existence of the inner core, and support a global mantle overturn scenario that brings substantial insights on the timeline of the lunar bombardment in the first billion years of the solar system. So I'm assuming that simply means that the moon's magnetic field is due to the fact it's got a gigantic iron core and it used to be molten lava, and that lava cooled and went solid. So that's, again, I'm not a scientist myself. That's just me sort of thinking aloud.
My brain hurts!
If there are any scientists out there, please, astrophysicists, astrogeologists, please feel free to comment down below the video, because I just love sharing science, space and tech news with everybody. I find it fascinating. Yes, probing the interior composition of objects in the solar system is most effectively accomplished through seismic data. Excellent. The acoustic waves generated by quakes move through and reflect from the material inside a planet or moon and can help scientists create a detailed map of the object's interior. Yes, now we happen to have lunar seismic data collected by the Apollo mission, but its resolution is too low to accurately determine the inner core's state. We know there is a fluid outer core, but what it encompasses remains under debate. Models of a solid inner core and entirely fluid core work equally well with the Apollo data. A fluid outer core. Okay. That's very interesting indeed. Fascinating. All right, to figure it out once and for all, Briord and his colleagues collected data from space missions and lunar laser ranging experiments to compile a profile of various lunar characteristics. These include the degree of its deformation by its gravitational interaction with Earth, the variation in its distance from Earth, and its density. Certainly a lot more than what I was taught in high school science. The moon was a solid dead rock. Fascinating, isn't it? This is an artist's impression of different instruments measuring the properties of the moon to reveal its core. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
So this bit here, this is, there's the regolith on the surface. Then you've got solid bit. I wonder if that's the liquid bit there. Oh, this is the liquid bit they're referring to. Again, not an astrogeologist, planetary scientist person. Just love all this stuff. It actually makes me think, which gives me a headache. Fascinating. Next, they conducted modelling with various core types to find which matched most closely with the observational data. Now, they made several interesting findings. This should be good. Firstly, the models that most closely resembled what we know about the moon describe active overturn deep inside the lunar mantle. This means that denser material inside the moon falls forward to the centre and less dense material rises upwards. This activity has long been proposed as a way of explaining the presence of certain elements in volcanic regions of the moon. The team's research adds another point in the foretally of evidence. Wow, maybe the moon's not as dead as we first thought it was. And they found that the lunar core is very similar to that of Earth, with an outer fluid layer and a solid inner core. Cool. According to their modelling, the outer core has a radius of about 362 kilometres, or 225 miles, and the inner core has a radius of about 258 kilometres, or 160 miles. That's about 15% of the entire radius of the moon. Wow. The inner core the team found also has a density of about 7,822 kilograms per cubic metre. That's very close to the density of iron. Curiously, in 2011, the team led by NASA Marshall Planetary scientist Renee Weber found a similar result using what were then state-of-the-art seismological techniques on Apollo data to study the lunar core. They found evidence of a solid inner core with a radius of about 240 kilometres and a density of about 8,000 kilograms per cubic metre. Now, their results, Briords and his team say, are confirmation of those earlier findings and constitute a pretty strong case for an Earth-like lunar core. And this has some interesting implications for the Moon's evolution. We know that not long after it formed, the Moon had a powerful magnetic field, which started to decline about 3.2 billion years ago. Such a magnetic field is generated by motion and convection in the core. So what the lunar core is made of is deeply relevant to how and why the magnetic field disappeared. Now, given humanity's hope to return to the Moon in relatively short order, perhaps we won't have long to wait for seismic verification of these findings. Yes, the research has been published in Nature, and this is an update of the May 2023 article. Absolutely fantastic, and as I say, I'll leave the link to the main article below the video. Pop in and check out this one in particular, Nature. It's a very, very interesting publication. Absolutely fascinating, isn't it? The more we learn, the less we know. Very, very interesting, isn't it? Or the less we know, the more we learn, or something like, you know what I mean. We seem to learn more and more and more, and there seem to be more questions than answers. Fascinating. All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. I shall see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video, because I'd love to hear what you think. All right, take care, and as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
please, Spock, do me a favor, and don't say it's fascinating. No. But it is interesting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!